Okay, I'm gonna do my intro. Just bear with me. Okay, I'm gonna just say this real quick. If you hear any noise, like bumping and jumping and just noise, it's upstairs. And I ain't talking about the man upstairs. Might be, but anywho, no. Mm-mm. You know what? I'm gonna just say this. I don't even really know why I'm on this live, but I felt the need to do one. It is Sunday. I'm awake, and I am truly, truly blessed to see a new day. So, with all that being said, I don't know what time it is. Let me see what time it is. 9:02 a.m. Okay, well, let me do this then. You see that right there? When I tell you, you see that, I'm in my room, okay? See the wall, okay? Now, I have my supplements, but that's not why I'm on here. I'm on here this morning. I'm gonna do my greetings and I'm gonna run my mouth, okay? I'm gonna talk about a lot of different things. So, for those of you that's wondering, this is about a lot of different topics, okay? So, in the midst of that, I said, okay, let's make this a chat and chore or chore and chat live. And it's no jive. Oh, Hamas. For those of you that's wondering what that means, when I say that, that means family in Hawaii. So, without further ado, here we go. Oh, Hamas. We are family. I got all my brothers and sisters and me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and dance. We are family. You know why? Because it says so. Am I back? Not quite yet. Let me see if this volume's up. It seems like I'm speaking low. Okay, this is the thing. Let me get this out the way. Disclaimer. But I don't know why I'm saying that. If you hear some noise, it's the people upstairs. They are noisy, noisy, noisy. They have a dog. That's not the problem. I love animals. But the people at the office and other people, and you know what the crazy thing of it is? If you wonder what I'm talking about, this is going to be chores and chat or chat and chores, whatever I labeled it at the top, conversation. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of things. I'm going to tell you why once I get to starting. I do not complain about nothing where I live at. But I will say this, should no one live And you can't always blame the managers and stuff like that because it's the people in the complexes. Now, once they find out, it's up to them to decide if they're going to do something about it for us, cleaning or removing the people from having these issues with the same tenant. I do not repeat, repeat, complain about nothing. I'm on the lower level. So I get it when I watch House Hunters and all these shows when people say they don't want to share walls with people. I understand that now, but I still don't complain. I've been living where I live at since May of 2018. Next year will be 7 years. I talked to the new owners of the property where I live at, and I just found this out because the woman called me. I've had an issue with my plumbing since I've been here, but here we go. I'm gonna keep it real. They get on top of it, but I still feel like there's a lot they should do, but they try to save money and stuff like that. But the point of what I'm getting at, the floor is bulking up in the back where the stool tall it is. I think it's due to the basement. I had a flood in my closet last year. I mentioned this to the lady. They came and did what they had to do for us, like what you call it, the dehumidifiers, and they cut the whole wall out and everything. So this is not really what I wanted to talk about, but I'm just trying to get us started on the conversation and a topic. I'm folding clothes and talking. So that's why I said chores and chat. Chores and chat. I came on here because I'm gonna have to get some more t-shirts. This is not what I'm showing, but I'm showing it if that makes any sense. I have this made, and the place that I got it from, I like it, and I'm pleased with it. For the amount of money that you're spending, but I still like it because if you look at it, it's the photo that I have on my channel. Okay, so I only paid $19 for it, and like I said, I'm pleased, but I want to be more like professional with it. So I want to get like the logos, like the YouTube, the other platforms that I'm on. People can follow me and stuff like that. Okay, now that I done initially did the intro, and like I said, this is a chore and chat live. I have not forgotten about no one. I have a lot going on. I made a video about maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes before I got on here. I'm gonna start documenting a lot of things that I'm going through in my life for me and for my grandkids and maybe my children to see if they care to. I say that not in an arrogant way. I'm saying it like they might not want to see it, but my grandkids, when they get older or whatever, they might say, "How was grandma?" That's why I also created my YouTube channel. I'm gonna tell you something about me, a little bit about me. I know there's people coming in and out. I don't want nobody saying nothing negative. I don't want this to be a negative space. I want it to be an uplifting space. People don't know what no one's going through. You can look at somebody. That's why I do lives. I don't like to do all that editing and stuff like that. You're gonna see me in the flesh. You're gonna see the real of me. You're gonna see my face, especially if I can get my words together, face expressions and everything. Okay. I'm kind of feeling on edge today. And I ain't talking about jumping either. I feel kind of like, have you ever felt like, I don't know the word, like kind of confused, lost within your mind? I hope that makes sense. If not, I'm going to explain how I'm feeling. I keep stating, I have a lot going on in my life. That's why I have not been doing my lives like I was doing. I was going live pretty much once, twice a day, every day. Maybe one day I didn't go live. I think the reason why I'm feeling this way, ain't no think, I know why. Um, have you ever felt like you always stopping what you're doing for everyone? Yeah, I pause for a minute. Anybody can ask me a question respectfully. I don't need nobody getting on here talking about plants, flowers, frogs, and all that. I don't need to hear that. I'm speaking. This is Sunday. No, I'm not in church, but let me tell you something. I pray, I worship. Matter of fact, I prayed before I got on here. I read the Bible, I hear scriptures, music, all the things. And I am a believer. When I check out my videos, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification if you want to know why. I am talking about topics. This is a chat and chore and chat conversation. I like to speak about things. I like to talk about different things. I'm not a Debbie Downer, messy Bessie, or drama queen either. I like to talk about things that people shy away from. I like to talk about things that we are really going through in our everyday life. One of them is stress. One of them is probably depression, anxiety, but not all the time. I'm an uplifting person. I do this for me, especially when you alone and people wonder why. Who are you talking to? The camera and you. Whoever's out here want to hear it. I'm not for everyone, but I'm for someone, and I'm doing this because I want to make a change. We got so much negative stuff already in this world. Yeah, we have some good. We have some good things that's going on in this world, but people want to focus so much on the negative, messy drama aspect of life instead of always want to pull themselves towards things that is uplifting and empowering and people trying to make a difference and loving and caring and understanding why people are the way they are and stuff like that. That's me. I always said this. My daughter tells me all the time, I should have been a counselor. Anybody can be a counselor, especially if I'm talking about someone such as myself. Does this make me perfect? No, no. But I tell you this, and this is the truth. I told my daughters, the reason why I keep saying that, they're here in my home. They're here temporarily. And so, temporarily. If I'm in this room or in my home or in my room most of the time by myself, not because I have to be. I go outside the house and the kitchen area and sit and watch movies and do things with my grandchildren and stuff like that. Yes, I do. Or they can come in here, we can watch, get into bed, eat snacks, and watch TV too. hmm But I'm going to tell you something. About 85% of the time, I'm by myself. I don't mess with no one. And even if I have a problem, I'm speaking about topics no one would know because I don't sit up there and just call somebody on the phone and say, "Girl, guess what's happening to me today?" or "Guess what I'm going through today?" Da 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 da. Woo, woo, woo. No, I tough things out, a lot of things out on my own, and I feel like sometimes I know that's not good. That's not good. Everyone needs someone. I'm so sick of folks telling me, yes, true story, that why are you worried about people wanting you or liking you and caring about you? Well, you know what? God made you in this world, and He did not make you to be in this world just to be in a spot and not be around people. You don't have to be around the people that is, mean, cruel, or there's good people out here in the world. Let me just get to that, okay? That's what I'm looking for. I told a guy friend of mine the other day on the phone. He called me because I haven't talked to him in a minute because I decided to pull myself away from making it seem like see y'all. I'm gonna be very transparent here, okay? Desperate, as one would say. No, um, that acceptance part of me, I done grew apart from wanting that. I grew apart from knowing how people can be. But in the back of my mind, I don't understand it. I hope I'm making sense. Follow me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, recap, hashtag replay. Girl, what are you saying? I'm talking about everyday things, what we go through, what you go through, what you're going through, what you're trying to get through, and what you're still trying to go through, right? And I just sit up here and I just think all the time, openly, inward, and I wish I could be that band aid. I used to tell my mom this to anybody that's hurting. I done suffered so much in my life with and without people. But I said, you know what? I know God has me here for a reason, and I believe He has me here to speak on topics. See, He uses us all in the way He wants us to be, not the way you want to be or whatever. He wants us to be. As I said, chat and chores. I'm sitting here about to fold up some clothes that's in my basket under load full, and honey, I'm tired of looking at them not being folded. But anyhow, I'm downsizing. I will be moving, and sometimes I don't really know where, but I'm moving. And then he said to me, I'm still talking about my guy friend. I hadn't stopped talking about it. Why would you move? You gonna want to come back? Let me tell you something. I done did the homesick thing and wanting to go back home. What am I coming back to? This is, first off, this is not my hometown. Second off, I'm around family and I don't have no one around me. I don't have no one to come see about me. I don't have no one to come over to visit me. I don't have no one. And that's why I say, I was talking to my youngest daughter yesterday. She was in the chair, I was in my bed. She comes in the room, talk to me, see about me and all that. I ain't talking about my daughter don't see about me. That is not what I'm talking about. She has kids. She has a life too. But I will say this, I do feel lonely a lot. So why would you say you're gonna want to come back to what? To what? If I went to Africa, if I went to back to Germany, if I went to Florida where I lived at before and didn't have nobody around, I tell you one thing: when I was in Florida, I had more. I don't want to say friends, but people that was nice, kind, and everything. I can go on and on and on about it. Yes, I moved to Jacksonville, Florida with my daughter and her husband, my granddaughter, and this was April 29th, 2014. And we stayed at a hotel called Jacksonville Suite. I believe that's what it was. And the hotel that we stayed at, we was there for about a month and a week or so. My daughter made all the plans and preparations. Even when we got off the airplane, there was a shuttle bus that took us to the hotel. We didn't have to pay for it. It's a tourist hotel. Locals, if you go in there try to get a room, you can't, but someone else can. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna ask you for your identification. That's how we do that, right? And when I was at that hotel, let me tell you something. Leave it if you want to or not. I met the owner of the Chippendales. If I can remember where the heck I had this brochure or this planner thing of their events that they had, and how it happened was the girl that was at the front desk, she's a friend of mine on Facebook, okay? She was so sweet. I used to go down there and sit in the lobby with her, you know, and we started talking and stuff like that. And, different people coming in and out from different parts of the world. I mean, foreigners and different states and all the things, right? And that's why I said it's for tourists or people that travel. I even met this woman that was from the same state that I came from. Her and her daughter was going on a cruise. She even told me how much she paid and how to do it. Okay. And I met a woman from just, like I said, foreign countries, okay, all over the place. I met that guy that was the owner or manager of the Chippendales. He was looking one way, went upstairs, came down, and I almost didn't recognize him, but he was looking another way. Everybody know who Chippendales are. They strippers or dancers, professional dancers, okay? He took a picture with me. I showed my whole family and everything. I'm talking about this. I met so many people from all different types of walk of lives. And when I say that, I'm approachable. The people, how you doing? How you doing? Next thing you know, we in a full conversation. I met a woman that came from New York. Her mother was in Florida. Her oldest sister moved her to Florida. She said being spiteful with the family because she was from New York. The woman had dementia. And she would come and visit her mom. Okay. I met her. Me and her went to breakfast, lunch, dinner, one of the two or three, on Mother's Day. hmm We kept in touch. She also had told me that she had a real bad accident, and she showed me her scar where she fell down in a manhole, and it took her over 10 years, a lawsuit, to get her money. And it could have went longer, but she was just really, ready for it to be over with and everything like that. Why am I saying all this? I'm trying to give everybody a feel of how I am. Okay, people look at me. The man that stayed across the hall from me, he told my daughter and her husband they was outside in their vehicle one night because something had happened with him and the neighbor people upstairs, the woman. And he knows them because my daughter was living out here and he was the maintenance guy, like I said. So he knew them. And so he told my daughter and my son in law that he loved me. He said, "Your mama is so sweet." That don't mean love like want to be with me. Everybody get it. He said, "She's so sweet. She don't mess with nobody." And I don't. I don't. And I say that to say God knows what person he created within me. He know who I am. He know what he want me to be. I'm not fighting against what he has in store for me. I don't question God. I don't say like, "God, why me?" I don't do none of that. Matter of fact, when I pray, I don't even ask God for anything. I don't. I don't say, "Oh, bless me with this, that." He knows. He's a provider. He will supply. But I have a struggle with, not with God, not with myself for real. Why? What is it that people see in me that they don't like? My friend told me the other day, he did. He said, "It's not that they don't like you." He said, "They see in you what they want to be." He said, "Sometimes," this is what he told me straight up, and I had to sit back and analyze that. I have a struggle with not having family. Yes. I think it's more than anything else in this world. Yes, I have a struggle with not having it. I see I see a lot of like, say for instance, I like to watch House Hunters, and I was watching it this morning, and no, it's okay for you to want, it's okay for you to dream. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to speak positive stuff in the atmosphere of what you want for yourself. Like, oh my goodness, that is so sweet. This is me looking at the show. I like to see families. There was this lady and her husband. He was from Portugal. No, I take the back. One of them was, but the one I'm talking about, let me go recap. He was from the Philippines, excuse me. And they was buying a beachfront property. Look it up. Someone can go look on House Hunter for the Philippine guy looking for a beachfront property with his wife. And matter of fact, um, was that the one? I think their birthdays was the same day. I'm almost certain. And so they was talking about how they like to be around their family, and at the end, his mom, dad, or stepdad, I think it was, her children, they all wanted to get this home to leave a legacy for their children and grandchildren and so on and so forth, right? And when I see stuff like that, my mom was the backbone of the family. She's no longer living. And I say that because we all lived around my mom once, we got older. My dad, this is nothing bad towards my dad. We just lived around our mom. And my dad and my mom lived, of course, separate lives. They was married, got a divorce, so on and so forth, and lived about an hour away. But she was just that type of person, even when we was a kid. See, I could talk about the good and the bad, but I'm talking about good right now. She was a planner. She organized and planned and catered and got people ready for events, weddings, proms, graduation. She cooked for parties and weddings, etc. My mom did. She also was a babysitter. She did childcare. I believe I got that from her. And also, I see the attributes of the way my mom was. And even if I didn't want to be that way, I still saw it right in my dad. We was raised in a, I guess you could say, a middle upper class family. We I say that because my dad worked, he retired. He started working at a young age. He retired from Santa Fe Railroad, but at the last part of his retirement, 19 months, he had to go to Lincoln, Nebraska because they converted over to, look it up what I'm saying, Burleson Railroad. Okay. So, in order for him to retire, I was going to say graduate, retire, same difference to me, retire, he had to do that, and he did not like it. But he retired. My dad worked for Santa Fe primarily, 36 years. Okay, and my mom, she was a licensed babysitter, such as myself. Okay, so that part, I was raised in a two-parent home. My mom and dad was young parents. I think my dad was 18. My mom was 17 when she had me, or he might have been 19, something like that. But anywho, and young parents. So I say all that to say I remember the holidays. I remember we didn't go without food. I remember the way our mom used to. She had four girls and then my brother dress us for the holidays. We went to church. We was church going folks. Do you hear me? Um, Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then snack type of church people. And so I like to be kind of humorous. Might be corny, but just keeping it real. And so I remember that. And so why I say all that is I like to instill that and share that with my kids and my grandchildren and let them know I don't have that. Y'all, I'm just so serious. Like, why? I kept my family. I'm saying this openly. My sisters, and I love my sisters, and despite how I feel, I still love them. I done helped every one of them and supported, and it was my time to do so. So I'm giving people a little backstory of me. Girl, you probably done did something to somebody. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. But then again, I probably have. I hurt myself. So I'm a person, right? But physically doing something to someone else, I don't want to hurt no one. And if I have, I have asked even my kids. My kids was raised by two parents. How do you mean that? They live with their dad and they live with me. We co-parent. Two graduated in the same town as him and two graduated in the same town as me. We both did the co-parenting thing. And despite us not being together, I hate that happened to us. And what happened to us, I'm speaking, I'm talking, I'm chatting, I'm saying, I'm documenting, or whatever anyone would like to call it, on this day, which is August the 4th, 2024. Okay? I'm speaking this. I want anyone to go back, my kids, when they get older. My mom got a YouTube channel. Can I go and look at some of her videos that she done created and everything? It's my business, I can do so. We moved from Germany, lived there 4 years, back to, um, well, Florida and Colorado and Missouri, and we moved back to Fort Riley, Kansas. That's where we first started when we got together and got married. Matter of fact, the pastor that married us was our neighbor. Okay, real nice. So we knew him. Went to his church and everything. And so, what happened to me and my kid's father? I'm not gonna just say it was me, and I'm not gonna say it just was him. See, this is what people don't realize. Men go through things too, right? They get sad and depressed too. They just compress it and keep it in, right? Whereas us women, we more into our feelings, emotional and sensitive, delicate, however passive people want to call it. But we got to realize men are human too. I'm so sick of people thinking that if a man cries, they weak. They're not weak because they cry. I think, honestly, I feel a lot of men need to cry. And if they cry and get everything out of them or what they've been through and go through, it would help them. Stop feeling like just because you're a man, you can't cry. 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 See, you was born a boy, then a young man, then a preteen, then a teenager, then a young adult, then a man. Okay? And even though you're a man or a woman, but I'm talking about men right now, that does not mean, what does it mean to be a man? That does not mean you cannot cry. So what happened is I got sick. Excuse me, I was about to bed. I got real sick. He didn't know this because he wasn't around me to know that I was sick. Because what happened to him, he couldn't be there for his wife. And it wasn't because he wanted to be away from me. Someone is so mean and cruel that caused this man to have a like breakdown or a breaking point. Okay, you taunting and harassing and just making that person's life a living hell. This is not cussing. Okay, and so this is as years go on, you grow. It's called growth, and you understand what really happened. Okay, and then when you two are grown enough, promise growth. I don't care what age it is. Sometimes we still have to grow. Okay, and it's called growth. And what happened to him? It shouldn't have happened to him. And what happened to us? It shouldn't have happened to us, but it did. And so me being in the state of mind I was weak. I was sick. I really couldn't help myself. And this is so truthful. I was in I was in ICU, okay? Yes. I say 14, 21 days I was in ICU. And when I was there, I didn't have him. This woman that he used to be married to, that no longer wanted to be married, that sued him for a divorce, this your man, your husband, okay, let me just say it like this, your husband, not your man, is gone to serve the United States of America, who's fighting this country for us, right? So you, your husband is away to do his basic training, to do his duties for us. Like sometimes you have to go to different states, countries, etc., do different things. And he comes home to his family. And when you come home to go to your next duty station, anybody that's in the military can relate to what I'm saying. You visit and you get told you didn't want to be married to that person anymore. I had nothing to do with this, okay? I didn't even know this man exists, okay? So I'm saying that this woman, all she wanted was money. Money. Up until he left here, this earth. That's all she was worried about. Why am I saying this? Girl, what happened to y'all? When I got sick, he was there. When I had my emergency surgery. But when I got out of the hospital, he wasn't there. He ended up having to turn himself in because he was tired of this woman trying to squeeze blood out of a turn up, taking him back and forth to court. He owed $1,000. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. He owed $1,000. He didn't have that to give to her. He was tired of giving. I'm his wife. He had 4 kids. This woman didn't even want to travel with her husband in the army. I was an army wife. I was a support backbone, ride or die, Bonnie and Clyde wife, okay? Girlfriend too, at a young age. And like I said again, them getting a divorce didn't have nothing to do with me, okay? I didn't even know the man, okay? All this is true. He didn't tell me this story. It's the truth. Because I also witnessed it. She was taking him back and forth. We was going back and forth. We was living in Bradenton, Florida. He's from Daytona Beach. So you look it up on the map to see how far that is, okay? To go to Volusia County Courthouse, okay? Often. To where you you're not working, okay? You just got out the army, and that's another shame. Shame on how military people get treated once they done served for this country. This man didn't have a job. We had a little bit of money because when he got out, but we had to live. We had a family. We had to pay our bills. We had to get stuff. We relocated from a country to the United States. We just finding a place. It was hard for him to even start getting unemployment until he landed a good job. And when he landed that good job, I don't know what it was. That woman acted like she was a damn magnet. She wanted to find out everything, how he was making his money. I know this to be truth. This is nothing no one's telling me. I witnessed this myself. And so when you witness stuff, and I'm not sugarcoating nothing, okay? Mentally, he shut down. And so this is where I felt hurtful at with him, my kid's father. It wasn't fair to me. This is how I felt in the beginning. So this is being truthful. To get sick, come home to 4 babies, and not being able to take care of my children on my own. I'm in a different country, not country, but state. I was in a different country when this happened too, but I wasn't sick. I had to have one of my kids was sick, and they was in the hospital. So anywho, they had to send for him when we was in Germany to come home. The military don't play. So anyhow, but when this happened, the second time me being sick, the first time was my baby girl, but the second time when I was sick, he was in the army. And I said, you know what? If he had been in the army, Uncle Sam wouldn't have played, okay? This wouldn't have happened. So anywho, when I come home, he decided to say, guess what? I have to turn myself in. What? You heard us saying that I was taken back? I was way back. What's going on here? So he explained to me. I ain't sugarcoating and I ain't buttering up nothing. This man didn't do nothing. This woman was trying to squeeze blood out of a lemon, turnip, squash, turnip, tomato, whatever you want to call it. She was trying to squeeze the blood out of it. So in the midst of this, I wasn't fully healed. I ended up having a I don't know what happened to my body. I don't know if it had anything to do with surgery. I don't know. But after my last child, which is my fourth, my body did this. I don't even know if it was a 360. Okay, it did an upside down roller coaster turn. My body did that. My son at the time, okay, he was about 8. If he wasn't 8, yeah, he was 8. He had to help me. He called the ambulance, and I was admitted into the hospital, and they put me in ICU. So I'm saying all that to say what I'm talking about, what happened to him, our relationship, me and my kid's father. We both were sick. I was, but I also say he was too, because I believe he really was mentally depressed because of what happened. And so when I got out of the hospital, his sister and his brother's fiance, they came and got me, and they told them when she came in here, I was a hot mess. They said they didn't even know if I was gonna make it. I kid you not, Scout Island. And so they ended up taking me back to Daytona Beach with them, and I was closer to my kid's father. But my kid's dad did not want me to come and visit him at no jail. He didn't want me to come and see him like that. He wanted his kids, and I get it. I do. So between that happening, I believe he shut down. Because I say that because I didn't shut down. I believe what happened is I wanted us to both get help, and I believe that this is my way of saying it. I might not be right. Um, he didn't. He really is the type of person that didn't want nobody in his business, so to speak. He was very like private or whatever. But I think it had a lot to do with of him going through so much, because he was a very good, uplifted, boosting type of person with energy, fun, caring, loving, and all that. My family loved it. My mom, my dad, everyone, my sisters, and my brother. So that's why I say we need to take the time to talk. And I went as far as seeking counsel. And I went. And then, I told them about what I experienced, my health and scare and all that stuff. And it took me a long, when I said long time, to get my strength back. I couldn't eat. I didn't have no stomach lining. I did not, I couldn't keep nothing down. And so that's why I also say family is very important to me, because that was a serious health scare, and it did scare the daylights out of me. And not having that support um, for my 4 babies, all my kids were under 8, 8 down. I think my youngest daughter, she wasn't even quite when this happened to me. She was almost 2, almost. I think maybe a month for turning 2, and my son had to have been 8. He wasn't quite 9. And it took him through a lot too. And sometimes I used to question myself. I said, was that too much for my son? Because he was the only one there until um, my sister-in-law, and well, I guess you could say both sister-in-law, but one of them really was, because that was my husband's sister. The other one was my husband's brother's girlfriend. So sister-in-law with the S. And so that's why I said communication is so important. It's so important. And that's something that I like I said, struggle with not having support. None. And so this is what I'm talking about. Support, things that we go through. I'm doing a little recap because people probably say, what the heck? A little bit about me. I'm introducing myself to this world. I'm putting some of my business out there. I get it. I don't care who tries to attack me, but how can you attack something on someone that is not doing nothing, like some of these people out here doing stuff, but you're watching it. But me speaking, there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. So if someone against it, that ain't my problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to do this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get off this live because I don't want it to be too long. I'm gonna come back on. Give me another 10 to 15 minutes. I'm coming back on here because I feel like doing this all day today if I have to, because this is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like these things that I am saying need to resonate and absorb in people's heads. So on that note, Ohanas, I'm gonna conclude this live and I'm gonna come back on and you're gonna see me again today. Okay? So set your notifications, share my videos, turn on your post notifications. I said that. Give the videos some thumb up. Give me some support, like, love. Everybody know what people are doing on these contents, okay? But if you don't like anything I'm saying, I don't know what to say because I'm not saying nothing that wouldn't attract an audience. Ohana, we are family. You know why? Because I said so.